This video is brought to you by today's featured shirts. I did not have sexual relations on that island. Remember, the Jeffrey Epstein pedo island scandal is not dead. Even though many people believe that he is, there are a lot of people who still need to be brought to justice. And moms demand government gun violence. Because in reality, every law these moms are demanding is backed by the threat of a government gun. The link to these and over 90 hard-hitting, conversation-starting shirts, hoodies, or mugs is in the description and in the pinned comment.
This committee is engaged in an investigation that will allow us to determine whether to recommend articles of impeachment with respect to President Trump.
Because he knew quite properly that an impeachment of a president is an undoing of a national election. And one of the reasons we all feel so angry about what they are doing is that they are ripping from us, they are ripping asunder our votes. They are telling us that our votes don't count and that the election must be set aside.
I expect history will show that we've lowered the bar on impeachment so much. My fear is that when a Republican wins the White House, Democrats will demand payback.
It is our carefully considered judgment that it is now in the best interest of our country and our Constitution to proceed with an impeachment inquiry. I strongly support Speaker Pelosi's decision. If we don't reckon with President Trump's persistent transgressions, the very foundation of this great republic is at risk.
They are driven by hatred. They hate Bill and Hillary Clinton so much they will stop at nothing to bring him down. Oh, but they got another thought coming. They thought that Bill Clinton was just going to fold up his tent and go home. Oh, but Hillary said, oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I don't respect this president. I don't trust this president. He's not working in the best interest of the American people. His motives and his actions are contemptible.
Let me tell you what Hillary said. Hillary said, Bill, you go out there and do the people's business. She said, Bill, I don't care what they say. You go out there, the polls show everywhere. The people like the work that you're doing. You go on out there and do the people's work, and I'll take care of you later. Oh, but Bill Clinton.
And I will fight every day until he is impeached. Impeach 45. Impeach 45. Impeach 45.
Today, I'm announcing the House of Representatives moving forward with an official impeachment inquiry. I'm directing our 6 committees to proceed with their investigations under that umbrella of impeachment inquiry. The president must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
Today, the Republican majority is not judging the president with fairness, but impeaching him with a vengeance. In the investigation of the president, fundamental principles which Americans hold dear, privacy, fairness, checks and balances, have been seriously violated. And why? Because we are here today because the Republicans in the House are paralyzed with hatred of President Clinton, and until the Republicans free themselves of this hatred, our country will suffer.
I can say with authority the Trump administration's actions undermine both our national security and our intelligence and our protections of the whistleblowers, more than both.
I rise to oppose these unfair motions which call for the removal of the President of the United States from office, and in doing so wish to point out some differences between the investigation of the President and the investigation of Newt Gingrich. The first principle in our investigation of Newt Gingrich was that at the moment we found exculpatory information, it would be reported immediately to the accused and be made public. The independent counsel knew that the president was exonerated when Travelgate, Whitewater, and Filegate, and he held that information until the hearing, indeed until after the election. This was not fair. Indeed, it is the responsibility of any prosecutor to immediately release information that is exculpatory.
This is their president we are talking about. The President of the United States does not serve at the pleasure of the legislature, does not serve at the pleasure of Joe Biden, does not serve at the pleasure of Henry Hyde, does not serve at the pleasure of the Congress, as a prime minister does in a parliamentary system. He is elected directly by the people of the United States of America. And the election of a president is the only nationwide vote the American people will ever cast. And that's a big deal. The American people don't think that they have made a mistake by electing Bill Clinton, and we in Congress had better be very careful before we upset their decision and make darn sure that we are able to convince them, if we decide to upset their decision, that our decision to impeach him was based upon principle and not politics.
We have a president who believes there's no limit to his power. We have a president who believes he can do anything and get away with it. We have a president who believes he's above the law, pursuing the leader of another nation to investigate a political opponent to help win his election is not the conduct of an American president. The allegations that blocked hundreds of millions of dollars, he blocked hundreds of millions of dollars in congressionally approved aid to another country, is an allegation, unless he agreed to smear a political opponent, is not the conduct of an American president. The president should stop stonewalling this investigation and all the other investigations into his alleged wrongdoing. Using his full constitutional authority, Congress, in my view, should demand the information it has a legal right to receive. If the president does not comply with such a request from the Congress, if he continues to obstruct Congress and flout the law, Donald Trump will leave Congress, in my view, no choice but to initiate impeachment. That would be a tragedy, but a tragedy of his own making.
Before you go, check out our new shirt designs in the shirt store. Here's the Beta Hates America design. Hell no, you're not taking my AR-15. And nobody needs an AR-15. Well, nobody needs a whiny little bitch either. And yet, here you are. And Against All Enemies, Democrat and Republican. There are over 90 other kick-ass designs in the store, and the link's in the description. Your purchase supports the message of freedom on this channel. If you get something out of this content, help me beat YouTube's censorship algorithms by liking and sharing this video. And while you're here, why not watch a couple more of my videos? Until next time, stand firm, stay vigilant, and for the sake of all that is right and good, stop giving your rights away to tyrannical psychopaths who want to destroy this country.